Welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, apologize for the technical difficulties. Currently standing at 18-14 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Midway leads in this one by 4. As we take another quick break, just giving you a quick update as there is a timeout on the floor here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Midway leads in the first set, 18-14. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Currently at 18-14, Midway leads by 4 here in set number 1. Tell everyone to get on the new link here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Have the broadcast for you. Alberto Ciparini splitting through the back and going for the middle there. It seems that Midway, now granting a point to Bluefield, able to get on a little bit of a rally there to jump up to as big as a 4-point lead. What do the Rams have to do to get back into it?
I'd say definitely they need to pick it up a little. They had a lot of energy towards the beginning of the set, and they're starting to lose it a little. And I'd say really right now they need is just something big to get them pumped back up and get them back in this game.
Now currently at 19-15, Midway leads by 4 and make it 20-15. 5 away from a set 1 victory for Midway. Running up by 5, Caleb Word swats it back. Fernandez blocked. Going across the body, Rams still into it, only down by 4. In a situation like this, I'd imagine that a team could get slightly down with Midway being rather close to the end of the first set, but the Rams are still within striking distance here at 4 points. It's now back for Midway, 21-16 they lead. Word to Banks. Big swing, drops in Yadiel Diaz. And the Rams back within 4, 21-17. Make that 3 kills already for the freshman from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back right now and going back for that serve, and hopefully he'll get a good run going right now for them.
A couple of big arms on the outside for Bluefield College. Diaz, Ciparini. Ciparini! Yeah. Rams back within 3. It's 21-18 Midway. Now for Diaz, within 3, a solid serve again. Back for Midway. This is an Eagles program that was able to beat Bluefield College last year. Now, back for Bazo. Really cranked it a bit too far. Rams not out of it. 22-19, staying close here in the final moments of set number 1. Back for Boston. Just a bit too far. Gotta be frustrating in a situation like that to have a service error.
Yeah, they've had quite a few service errors in the past few people that have gone back to serve, and I think it's really brought down the whole mentality of their team right now, and they really need something to push them back through it.
So Williams, his team only 2 away from a set 1 victory. Timeout called by Bluefield College. Match, make it set point coming up here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 24-19, Midway leads. Set point coming up for Midway. Shmuel Williams back. Takes a step, swing. Word. Over to Ciparini. Kick save.
That was an amazing save.
Wow. But Ciparini makes up for it with the right hand. And he wanted a quick talk with the official to make sure that his opinion on that last play was recorded. It looked like it had already dropped in on the save by Cont'D. But now 24-20, still set point for Midway. Bluefield College ready to serve. Cont'D, it's in. That is it for set number 1. Midway picks up a 1-0 lead on Bluefield College as we take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Dome Gymnasium. Ethan Stinson joining the broadcast today, along with Kirsten Palmboss, setter for the Bluefield College women's team. And Kirsten, tell me what you thought about that first set of action when Bluefield got a little bit behind in the latter half.
Yeah, I definitely say Bluefield had some great moments where they came back from being down and under in that hole, and they were just personally, I believe they started to make a lot of small errors such as missed serves and missing the block. Very simple things that can be fixed, and all they have to do really is come back and fight off of all those small errors, and hopefully they'll be able to come back with a W.
And it's sad to say, you know, that side outs and the errors are what really contributed to that first play there.
Yeah, they definitely went up and down between their energy levels as well. It'd be one moment they were all fired up and ready to go, and then you'd see like 3 points later, they all just kind of like looked like they weren't ready to play.
Yeah, like out of system
Yeah.
for this Bluefield College team after coming off last time on Friday against a Milligan team, 3-0.
Yeah, they came to play on Saturday. We're hoping that they come back just like they did then right now.
The Eagles getting ready to get on for the next set of action as they lead it 1-0. So also tell me, Kirsten, what did you like, though, out of the Bluefield College team?
I definitely think that they had some strong swings and they were swinging aggressively. There were some times where they weren't swinging smart, but they were still swinging aggressively, which is always a good thing because they're not giving up.
Here comes Chipperini. Ball moving left to right. Here comes Kogo. And Muter not returning the ball from Cont'D. First point going to the Eagles. It's now Williams. And too hot for Williams on the service error. It's now 1 point apiece. Terrell Boston now coming up for the Rams. It's up. Here comes Bazo. And killing the ball, Hardiel Diaz. Score is now 2-1 in favor of Bluefield College.
Yeah, that was an amazing read by him. He really went up there and saw the opening area on the court and took advantage of it.
Here comes Boston again. McGuire. Constant and Boston not making it to the ball in time. It's now 2 apiece. Nobody's on top right now. Still anybody's game. The Eagles lead it 1-0 in the terms of sets. And a bit too fired up from Constant on the service error. That's now going to give Bluefield back on top, 3-2. Adkins, McDowell County native, up to serve. Ball goes high. Here's Kogo. And the ball is ruled in the favor this time of the Eagles, as the referee points it out. It's now 3 apiece.
Yeah, it seems as if the ref believes that he had stepped on the line before he jumped to serve the ball, and I'm not sure that the line judge saw that.
Yeah, Katie Kendrick, line judge over there.
Yeah, she's in the middle for our girls' team, and I don't think she called that, and so I think that's why they're trying to challenge it right now, figure out what she was thinking.
They're conferring with the referee right now, seeing, and the play stands.
It's actually a replay now.
Or a replay.
So therefore, no one got the point, and they're going to replay the entire play.
Okay, good deal. It's now 3-2, if that's a replay. So here's Adkins. To Kogo. Boujadi in the middle.
2 blocks in a row for Bluefield right there.
Bluefield's playing aggressive on the front line.
Yeah, they came back, and they're being big right now, really reading the court very well at the moment.
Here's Chipperini. It's a word. And
that's going to be a
after
double.
double contact, it's now going in favor of the Eagles. Still 3-3. Now Marsh is up. And for the kill was Hardiel Diaz. Diaz has had a pretty good stride as a freshman. You saw in the last game, having some kills against Milligan as well.
Yeah, he reads the court very well, and you can literally see him looking at the entire court, finding those holes before he even goes up.
And like Gallimore was saying, these freshmen are potentially going to make a good team as they grow in the sport.
Oh, yeah. They have a very great work ethic, and they come out ready to fight.
Here's Kogo. Muter. Giving it to Word, but Word couldn't get it over the net. Holding his right arm. Score is now 4-4. It's tie ball game. Though in the number of sets, the Eagles took the first one. Here comes the next serve. Here's McGuire to Kogo. And bouncing it nicely, Bazo. Now back on top, the Eagles 5-4. Ball moving right to left, McGuire for the serve. And Sminger. And here's Chipperini. Here's Muter. Chipperini with a mild one, still going over the net. And a kill from the Eagles in a diagonal fashion. It's 6-4. Eagles pulling away with the lead. McGuire, the libero, in his white jersey, up for the serve. They're getting set. It's up. Diaz gets it in play. Here comes Kodo. And after a block, Bluefield College now putting the lead, narrowing it to 1, 6-5. Bluefield's starting to come back.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to close their block, and they're starting to see the core a little bit better than they did in the last set.
Yeah, and they're starting to read it. I think Alvarez really pointed out what they could have done better, and I think that they're really capitalizing on that at this point in combination with the Eagles' side-outs that you've seen in the past few plays.
Mm-hmm.
Muter now up for Bluefield. It's up. And the general directing the troops, laying down the law for the kill. It's 7-6, Bluefield back on top.
Yeah, he did very well on moving that ball as well and not putting it straight back. He moved that to the sides, that way no one else saw it.
Those are the plays you like to get.
Yes, it is.
But Muter was a little bit too high and too wide and aggressive with the ball on the service error. It's 7-7 ball game. Kogo up for the serve for the Eagles. It's up. And the general almost a kill, but saved. Muter couldn't return the ball. And it's now the Eagles ball game, 8-7. Kogo dribbles. He's up. And Adkins, but at that draw at the net, Bazo won that battle. Not getting close enough to that net. Bluefield sort of stepped out.
Yeah, he definitely hit that right into the block, and he had so much more open court that he just needs to be able to see that a little bit better.
9-7 for the Eagles. Here's Kogo. Diaz getting it over on the attack. And Diaz with it ricocheting off the ceiling, I guess, for the second time in this contest. It's getting brutal. 10-7.
It's just small errors at this moment in time. It's nothing huge that either side's really doing right now. It's just those small errors that they need to fix.
Trading the side outs is making this a close one. The Eagles leads 1-0 set-wise, and 10-7 in this one. Chipperini, but with Chipperini with a nice kill. It's now 10-8. Bluefield trails by 2 right now. Here comes Caleb Ward up next for the serve on Bluefield College. Here's Kogo. To Muter. Chipperini
Just out.
And on the outside from the diagonal.
He's really going for that sharp cross right now because he's seen that's been open and it's been working really well for him. But now he's almost going too sharp where he's not getting that line shot that he needs.
And that's costing Bluefield the points right now. 11-8. It's now Bazo for the Eagles. And Diaz a little miscoordinated. Chipperini with miscommunication on that play. You got to communicate with your teammates.
Yeah, Victor Bazo over there with his serve definitely went very hard cross on that, and I don't think that Bluefield was really ready for that cross shot on that.
Bazo spins the ball moving right to left. And a service error as it bounced right off the net, not too high enough. Freebie to Bluefield. It's 12-9. Bluefield trails by 3 points. Chipperini, who's been an aggressive person as far as the aces and, and also just having the kills. Chipperini, a senior, the only senior on the Bluefield College team. He's proven time and time again to get out of a tight spot. Here's Fernandez to Kogo. And bouncing off the hands of Fernandez from Cont'D. It's now 13-9 in favor of the Eagles. Eagles pulling away ever so slowly. Caleb Ward is now having some words with the referee, probably conferring about a call. What are they debating?
During that play, when the setter on Midland's team went up, he tried to tip the ball because it was very close to the net, and General had gone up to swing at the ball. So Midway went up and tried to, talk to the ref about, because typically you're not supposed to do that during the match because it's setter's ball as long as it's in the playing field. But the ref had then told them that it was in the plane where it was not affected, and so now they are both arguing over who got that point.
So with a hotly contested point, this may result in another replay and may take the score off the board. Bringing it back to a 3-point ball game, still within Bluefield's attainment. And after preaching their cases, Midway's coach now goes up. Check it, that's not Midway's coach.
Yeah, that would be the down ref.
The down ref. Very suspenseful here. Referees are conferring. And let's see what happens.
Looks as if the down ref is going to go talk to Coach Alvarez and see what he thinks about it all.
Well, this volleyball game is now at a standstill after a play. What did you read on the play?
Throughout, in my honest opinion, I believe that Midway got the point. In the end, they got it either way, and whether Bluefield tried to testify that they should have gotten it, it was Midway's point.
Well, the play stands. So 13-9. Jadiel Diaz for the kill on the corner.
He got fired up after that argument.
Yes, he did, but got the energy out in a good way in the corner. It's 13-10 in favor of, the Eagles from Midway. Boston for the serve. Here's Kogo. Blockers are getting ready, but not ready that time from Diaz as it went right past his hands.
So small errors are starting to come back for Bluefield right now. The small blocking errors, small service errors.
It's 14-10 now. Midway looking to win their second set straight. Ball's high. And a kill from Jadiel Diaz.
Yeah, he said, you tool me, I'll tool you. Let's go. One-on-one.
It's a one-on-one now. 14-11, though. Bluefield now back within 3. Devin Robinson checking into the ball game. He's now up to serve. Ball high. It's coming. Here's Kogo. Word. Here's Word again to Diaz, and right past McGuire, the libero.
That was an amazing set by Word there. He really read that play and saw how all of the blockers were coming in towards the middle because they thought he was going to set Landon again. But he pushed that out there to Diaz, and he definitely took advantage of that.
Well, Ensminger's got his hands up, and he looks ready to go. Here's Kogo to Constant. Schipperini keeping it alive. Ensminger couldn't get a grip on it.
It was definitely an
Score
awkward
is
angle,
now
too.
15-12. Very awkward angle at that.
Yeah, especially for a setter, that's a very difficult set to make, and I think he tried his hardest, but was just not able to connect with Ensminger about that.
Muter saying, it's all right. You know, sometimes a little bit of a slip up, but right now it's costing Bluefield. 16-12. It's up. Score is 16-12 in favor of the Eagles. A kill nicely put from, you guessed it, the usual suspects. Say it with me, Audio Diaz, with the 9th kill coming in from our statistician.
Yeah, he's definitely on fire right now. He's sticking out in front of everyone at the moment.
And Diaz now back up to the serving position, though Bluefield still trails by 3 points. Here's Kogo in the middle. Ball unreturnable from Bazo. It's now 17-13. Still in favor of the Eagles. It's McGuire now. Here's Word. And Grande this time a little bit on the side out. And a timeout's been called. So with that, we'll step aside for 60 seconds here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where Midway leads 18-13. Welcome back to the Bluefield College Dome. McGuire up to serve after the commercial break and the timeout. After a readjustment, each coach needed it. Here's Word to Robinson. And in it for the kill. Almost a dump from number 10, Robinson, but laid it in there nicely. Constant on the Eagles. It's 19-13. The Eagles looking to win this next set. Next set straight.
They're definitely taking advantage of Bluefield's blocks at the moment, and they're definitely using that tool as much as they can lately.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on the errors of Bluefield, especially that one. Grande couldn't get a handle on it from the block. It's 20-13.
Yeah, Bluefield really just needs to pick up those small errors and come back from this. They still got time.
Here comes McGuire. Word or the backhand.
That was an amazing.
Kogo got miscoordinated. The ball went backwards, chasing after it outside.
Yeah, they tried to get that back, but Word was able to really throw them off. They really thought he was about to set it, and when he came over, they were not prepared.
It's 20-14 according to the scoreboard on the Rams Digital Sports Network, as our scoreboards are out at the Dome Gymnasium. A little bit too high for Bazo. I believe that's who went on that play. It's now 20-15. Bluefield within 5 points, trying to get redemption. Muter is dribbling the ball, waiting for the ref signal. Ball moving left to right.
Seems as if there was a ball that rolled onto the floor, so they called a replay, I believe.
They're calling a replay, so take that one off the board. It's 20-14. Here's Kogo to check it. That was number 6, Cont'D.
Yeah, he's definitely been on fire today from just going all over the court. We've seen a little bit on the outside from him and a little bit on the right side. He's really taking advantage of that right side in the back row as well.
And his last name says it all. Cont'D has been constant this whole entire game. And that's been proven with this score, 21-14. Chasing it back, bringing it alive is Diaz. General bringing it over. Kill from Cont'D, this is his second kill in a row for the Eagles, and definitely capitalizing on that again. Cont'D with a capital C.
Their setter Kogo has definitely seen that he's been on fire throughout the set as well, and he keeps feeding him and definitely taking advantage of that moment in their lineup.
And before this game even, Kogo had a 66% hitting percentage, which is a very impressive record at that. Chipperini with an unreturnable ball. It's now 22-15 in favor of Bluefield College.
He was actually able to hit Williams right on top of the head off of the block on that one.
Caleb Word now for the serve. Here comes Kogo. After ricocheting off the net from Cont'D, it's now 22-16 in favor of the Bluefield College Rams. Looking again to surpass this score where they trail. Here's Kogo.
Woo! That
and
sucker went flying.
Too wide. Yeah, too wide from Cont'D.
He even joined the team huddle for a hot second there because he went underneath the net on that hit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to owe him, though. He's been very hot, though, all night.
Yeah, got to love the team spirit.
It's 22-17. Caleb Ward dribbles. It's up. Grazing over the net, barely. And Muter couldn't get a hand on it. Unreturnable. 23-17. Almost, ladies and gentlemen. Set point. And this time, not looking favorable for the Rams. Once again, I say almost set point, which Rams can rectify it. Here's the next serve. Apparently, Bazo's wiping up the floor. And not in the figurative sense either.
Yeah, when they dove, some of their sweat got on the floor, so they need to wipe it up so that way they don't slip when they're jumping.
Well, let's hope they don't wipe the floor figuratively for Bluefield. Bazo returns to the serving position. He dribbles fiercely. The score is 23-17. Midway leads. Ball moves right to left. It's up. Chipperini. Word bringing it back into play.
That was an amazing save by Word. That's a very difficult ball as it went right into the pole. And then we got a nice block by General and Chipperini out of way. Guys.
Chipperini and the General both teaming up. It's now 23-18. Those plays like that can get you fired up when two people on the block.
Yeah, they both were in sync on their jump, and they were able to close it perfectly.
Amen to that. And Muter getting out of system himself. Trying to read the play.
Yeah, they're really attacking Muter tonight, coming at him, making him move all over this court.
And being a defensive position, that's especially tough. So the score, it's now set point, though there's going to be a timeout on the board. 24-18 Midway. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back to the Dome Gymnasium. Ethan Stinson and Kirsten Palmboss with you for the broadcast. Bailey Engel to come for the third set of action. We're pleased to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's set point now. Midway leads 24-18. Bluefield not really getting an advantage here because of their errors and just Midway capitalizing on that fact. Here comes Kogo. And a block from the general. Now getting that 24-19, still set point. Here's Terrell Boston. Kogo bumps. On the block, Diaz. This time, Constant was too low for the net. 24-20. Bluefield now back within 4, still set point. Here's Boston. And a kill from Boujadi to end this one up 25-20, and that advances the lead in overall amount of sets. 2-0 for Midway. Bailey Engel to rejoin us in 60 seconds on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where Midway leads 2-0.
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see on our Texas size scoreboard, it is now 2-0 in favor of Midway. On to the third set. Bailey Engel and Kirsten Palmboss rejoining the broadcast after Ethan Stinson had the play-by-play duties in set number 2. So, being down 2-0, I know it's a long or a tall hill to climb back, but if you're Bluefield College here, still playing pretty tough against this Eagles squad, what do you have to do to at least get one set victory?
I think they really need to clean up some of their smaller errors that they've been making. They're working fairly well and they're working hard, but Midway's definitely out here outworking them, and they're taking more of it to, I guess, a more extreme level. They're really working harder and they're outplaying Bluefield at the moment, and Bluefield just needs to step up and prove that they want it.
Rams searching for their third win of the season. Midway and Janae Rima trying to bring a W back to Kentucky. Bluefield College with a squad on the floor of Yadiel Diaz, who has been a standout for Bluefield College. Alfonso Alvarez does a lot of good things about the freshman from Puerto Rico, and I know that Ethan had discussed it a little bit. There's a lot of potential on this Bluefield College team with the amount of freshmen that currently sit on the roster. Here's a sophomore for Midway, Victor Bazo, who has also been tough for the Eagles. Ready to start set number 3, 25-20 in the first 2 sets. Eagles trying to clinch it right here. And a good start for Bluefield as that's pounded into the net.
Yeah, hopefully Bluefield's able to capitalize on some of their errors this set, as the past few sets Midway's definitely capitalized on Bluefield's errors, and they've taken advantage of it, and hopefully Bluefield's able to do the same thing this set.
There to Ciparini. Trying to do just that, trying to get on some sort of service roll here.
There we go.
Might do it there. Into the stands. 2-0 Bluefield. Actually up on the upper awning.
Yeah, he's definitely got a nice top spin serve there with that jump. He gets on top of that and hits it hard.
Well, we saw him vary it up a little bit against Milligan. See if he goes right back to the same spot. No.
Yeah, he definitely likes to go between his deep, hard top spin, the short top spin, and like right towards the 10-foot line.
Well, Cont'D went down the line targeting Muter. Midway on the board. 2-1 the score. Here's Shmuel Williams. Dunk down. Over past Boujadi was right there. So we got women's volleyball coming up next month. And Kirsten, how's the preparation been for that?
We've been working really hard. We actually have practice after this game in the Dome tonight. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
But, being a student athlete, you gotta be ready for it. But we've definitely been doing a lot of practices lately. We've had our lifting. We've been preparing really hard, and we're ready to come back and fight hard.
I imagine that has got to be a really insane situation. Oh, pleasant that you still get to play, but you have a whole season in the fall. Well, not a whole season, but an abbreviated season in the fall. And then you're just like, well, we canceled a few games, have to move it on to a brand new semester. So it's been months since you guys have played a real game.
Yeah, we have not played since the weekend before Thanksgiving, actually.
Wow. Yadiel Diaz getting a point back for Bluefield, but that's months ago.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, we've definitely been doing some scrimmaging against our own players and stuff, and been able to get more of that live speed action going. But we're definitely ready to get back on that court and get the sweat going.
Well, the difference here with men's volleyball, the Rams have started the season on time, and obviously there have been some stoppages of play and some delays as Bluefield College gets the serve back. But even Alfonso Alvarez, who now has to join the floor to make sure that the pin is on correctly here. I mean, he was away from the team for 20 days and rejoined them a day before the Milligan Buffaloes game. And you could just tell, talking to him after the game, how excited he was to just be back working, back inside the Dome.
Oh, yeah, the second he walked in, we were all here, and we saw the smile on his face, and, oh, man, was he ready. We definitely missed him. He's an amazing coach and amazing person as well.
Now walking off, man of many hats here for Bluefield College. Muter ready to serve. Ace. That's a big one for the 7'5" native. 6'2" Bluefield.
Muter definitely needed that as he's been getting hit and attacked tonight by Midway. They've been coming at him, targeting him, so he definitely needed that nice little boost right there, and hopefully it helps him go through the rest of the game.
4-point lead for the Rams, and it's in again. 2 aces in a row. 7-2 Bluefield. Timeout called. Midway wants to talk about it. All the momentum in the world with the Rams at the moment as Bluefield College leads in set 3, down 2-0, but up 7-2. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoy the commercial for the 11th time. Bluefield College leads 7-2 here in set number 3. Muter on a bit of a roll and trying to float that one over the net to no avail. Midway has the serve right back. 7-3, Bailey Engel, Kirsten Palmboss. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Win or lose after the game. I'm going to have a post-game interview with Alfonso Alvarez, the head coach of the Rams. Constant. What a pancake for Muter. No. Well, the whistle wasn't immediate.
Yeah, she definitely had to think about that one on whether or not they were going to call it or not.
Here's Constant. Blasting the ball beyond the back boundary. Rams up by 4 once again. 2-0. Midway won the first two, 25-20. Wow. Boy, Bazo, a talented player coming from the back that time. Colton Marsh, the freshman from Cincinnati. A couple players from the Cincinnati area, him and Boujadi.
Looks as if they both went to the same high school as well.
Yeah. Both from Lakota East. Well, for the Rams, not able to get a point there. Explain what this.
So basically, the referee is saying that when he jumped from the back row, since he is in the back row at the moment, he was in front of the 10-foot line, which therefore means he was in the front row when he hit it, and he was jumped above the net, so it was an illegal hit.
So now it is 9-5. The point goes to Midway. 8-6. Big swing there. Dropped out just by inches, and a point for Bluefield. Now 9-6. Yadiel Diaz. Ogo Boujadi. Counted for Midway. Back into the hands of McGuire. Midway trailed by as much as 5. Now have stormed back within 2. Word for Ciparini. Constant off the top of the net, drops in safely for the Eagles. Now back within 1. And a new setter coming in. It's Tony Martin, another freshman for Alfonso Alvarez. Already 3 freshmen on the floor right now for Bluefield. Only senior, and Ciparini lands that one on the finesse move.
It definitely looked like he was going up for that swing, and he just pulled that elbow down. He's put that ball right into the well.
I'd imagine that it has to be incredibly difficult to be able to make that split decision of whether you're going to crank the ball or just float it in there.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of intelligence when it comes to the game and a high volleyball IQ for that, because you have to be able to see the entire court and be able to read the situation better.
Rams still enjoying a 2-point lead. They get a 1-point lead. Bazo tallies yet another. Boston jogs off. Duran back in. And just kidding. Duran walks off. General Smith into the game. Too low. All tied up now, 10-10. So for Midway, trying to take the lead for the first time in set number 3, already up 2-0. Blocked. Midway recovers. And it's in. Bazo takes the lead. Daniel Kogo with an 11-10 lead. It is an all-Milligan ever since 7-2, where Midway had to call a timeout. On the right hand, and a clean swat for Ciparini.
Yeah, Midway definitely didn't get their block up there either. They had a single block, so didn't have to double block to cover more ground on their court.
Be Colton Marsh, the freshman. Actually, excuse me, for Bluefield. Obviously, Caleb Word. Word. Fernandez.
Under the net.
And went under the net. Well, Fernandez wants that call. Oh, a bit of dramatics there. And a yellow card has been issued.
Yeah, I think they're arguing because if you're outside of the antenna towards the pole, you are allowed to hit the net, and you're allowed to go under a little bit. But the ref, I guess, is saying that he was in front of the antenna when it happened. Therefore, they're saying that Midway gets the point, and I think Bluefield is trying to argue that right now and trying to get that point back.
And now, the yellow card has been issued as well, and I believe it was to Fernandez, but it was also thrown up as soon as Caleb Word had said something to the other official. Just waiting for a quick conference here between Alfonso Alvarez and the official. Rams currently up 12-11. I'm sure Bob Red is really enjoying the fact that he put on the Sanford and Son theme song in the midst of all this. Still waiting for the confirmation. As it stands right now, it is a point for Midway. So right now, 12-11. Stays with Midway. So now 12-11. So now they were really waiting to see if they were going to replay that call. Well, that was close.
That was definitely a close call, but I think Katie Kendrick saw that ball a little bit better than the other team, and she definitely saw that was more towards the white line rather than the red.
Bazo almost nailed that one in there. So tied up 12-12. A chance for Ciparini to storm back for Bluefield. Rams need to win the next 3 sets to pick up a victory against Midway here. What a move by Muter.
And
another
he saved
one.
It again. Goodness.
Fernandez blocked. Even after the great defensive effort by the Bluefield College libero, slammed home on the block. Here's Williams from beyond the back line. Midway has been able to pull ahead by a good margin in the middle of these sets. And then the Rams have stormed back a little bit to make it more interesting. Bluefield College much rather keep it close here in set number 3. Fernandez had the back line. Bit unbalanced there. Williams couldn't dig it out. Point Bluefield.
Yeah, he was able to take advantage of that hole they had in the block there between the middle and their outside.
Now Muter, remember, that's what got Bluefield up 7-2. A couple of big aces for Muter. Constant.
Out.
Way too hard. No, got a piece of the block for Bluefield. Rams aren't arguing that. Alfonso Alvarez wanted a confirmation. He got it. So 14-13. Must just got a fingernail because that ball didn't seem like the trajectory had been taken off at all. Point Midway.
They're starting to take advantage of that block and tooling it again, just like this did in the first and second set, which is what really put them ahead, I'd say, in those first 2 sets, and they weren't doing that towards the beginning of this set, and Bluefield was able to make a little bit of a comeback, but looks like they're starting to do it again now. They're starting to make their comeback.
Well, the magic number now is 10. Alvaro Grande into the game. Oh, once again, doing the exact same thing like you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm. they're starting to see that Bluefield's coming off the net a little bit, so they're not pressing completely onto the net, so that he's able to get right in between.
Cont'D has now 21 kills. Special thanks to our statistician, Jacob Key. Grande. Bazo able to swat the ball up. Wow, with the back of the wrist. Still counts for Grande, his first kill of the afternoon.
Definitely a smart decision on Grande's part there.
I'd imagine that he wasn't aiming for it to go on the top of his wrist, though, right?
I mean, these days you never know.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own little thing that they're good at.
Rams back within one off of the ace. Leo Fernandez. What a serve, Fernandez! Ties the game at 16-16.
He put that ball right in between the libero and their middle back at the moment, and he was able to get their communication error out there.
Excuse me, as it stands 16-15, so the Rams within one. Poked over, and back for Midway. 17-15. Marsh. Word feeds Diaz. Oh, just off target on that pass. And still trying to work through the communication. And Word is a guy that didn't play a ton of setter even in high school and then sort of thrown into it. Service error. Rams within two. Cycling in, Tony Martin. Another setter coming in for the Rams. Yadiel Diaz.
Woo.
Fernandez with an uppercut into the dome ceiling. I think he got all knuckle on that.
Yeah, he punched that.
19-16. Timeout called by Alfonso Alvarez, a 3-point lead for Midway. They are only 6 away from picking up a 3-0 victory. But can the Rams come back when we come back? Welcome back here. Set number 3. Midway leads Bluefield College 19-16. Bailey Engel and Kirsten Palmbos, we're happy to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but that didn't look difficult for Grande there, gliding in the air and punching it right through the campfire of Midway. So Bluefield College only down by 2. You see on that scoreboard they lost the first 2 sets by a relatively narrow margin at 25-20, but Midway really has been able to finish.
They've definitely been able to take advantage of all the errors that Bluefield's been making lately.
Kept alive. Bazo floats this time. Fernandez. Martin to the back.
Amazing save by
Still
all 3.
Playable. Ciparini. What a rally this has turned out to be. Constant. Ends it. Still a great defensive stance by Bluefield, but unfortunately for the Rams, not able to matriculate any offensive attack of their own there Boston and Grande leave. Muter back in.
Tony Martin also had a very impeccable save along with then amazing dig. Sadly, it was a little bit out, but he was definitely on his toes and he was ready for that ball.
Daniel Kogo ready to serve. Freshman from Italy. Here's Martin. Cranking a block. Tony Martin and General Smith.
Tony, wow, he definitely got on top of that ball. He was up in the air, ready to just get ready for anything. He knew exactly where that ball was going. He put it down.
Lots of energy still for the Rams here. Only down by 2, but also down 2-0. And after that, a service error. So that's just been kind of the story of the day for Bluefield College. Good plays surrounded and bookended by errors. So Bazo, 4 points away. Now another service error. Keeps this one within reach for Bluefield, 21-19.
Feels as if this game has had a lot of service errors along with service receive errors, just very small errors.
Well, it also appears that the servers are really testing the boundaries as far as trying to add a lot of velocity, a lot of spin on those serves as well. See if Ciparini does the same thing, and he does.
Yeah. I think every single one is trying to prove who has the best serve at this point, so now they're all just hitting that ball like a hammer.
Well, let's see if hammer time continues here with Williams. It didn't. Just floated the ball over. Diaz now.
Diaz said hammer time.
Well, the freshman bringing it down. It's 22-20. 3 points away for Midway from a 3-0 sweep of Bluefield, but the Rams, and they come back here. Obi Muter, and a solid server all day. Constant.
Amazing set by their middle, Joey Buzzati.
Gonna go back to Constant. Point Bluefield. So it's all tied up, actually, 22-22. And now the lead to Midway. Now
This game is just going back and forth right now.
Especially set 3. This has been the most highly contested set so far between Bluefield College and the Eagles. Timeout called by Alfonso Alvarez. We'll take a break. 23-22. Midway and Bluefield trying to wrap up set 3 with a victory. Welcome back, everyone. Constant ready to serve. Midway leads 23-22. Also up 2-0, and now it's tied. 23-23 the score. Leo Fernandez. Tons of service errors, both sides. Constant off a step. Hernandez, diving play from the back for Bazo. Tough pass, Diaz saves it in Bluefield College. Now will serve for set point, up 24-23. Timeout called by Midway. They want to talk about it here. Rams serving for set 3 when we come back. Set point potentially here for Bluefield College. Leo Fernandez. 24-23. Mujahdi now wipe the set point off of the board. 24 apiece. And the back and forth, set number 3 continues.
If they continue to do this, because you have to win by 2 at the end of the set. So they're going to keep pushing and pushing until someone gets those 2 points.
Here's Colton Marsh trying to do that here. Set point Bluefield, 25-24. Serving for it now. Make that 13 for Diaz. Freshman steps back. Diaz. Back to Bazo. Still in play. Bazo. It's in. Bluefield College forces set 4. Alvaro Grande, the freshman, coming up with a big block. And Kirsten, we're not done yet.
They definitely needed that one.
On to set number 4. We'll take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams not getting swept. They want to force this one to 5 when we come back.
Welcome back to the Bluefield College Dome. Ethan Stinson rejoining the broadcast for set number 4. It is now 2-1. Bluefield College redeeming themselves in the 3rd set of play. And they took it back after, it was about to be a 3-set loss. But I think that they totally rectified themselves.
Yeah, I think Alvarez definitely gave them a good pep talk. And they came out in the 3rd set, and they came out with a good lead going. And they definitely worked their hardest and pushed through that whole set, like back-to-back, going back and forth, and they deserved that win. They worked hard for it.
And may I like to add also that I really love the music tonight. It's just a great mood setter for everything. The Dogs have now been out, and they're getting ready to play another fierce set of men's volleyball here at the Bluefield College Dome. Midway leads it, though, 2-1, but Bluefield College, if they play the cards right, they could have a tied-up game and go to a 5th set. coming back out on the court. Caleb Word to be the first server of the fourth set. Ball moving left to right. It's up. Here's Kojo. And a nice set in from Williams. He now goes up to set for the Eagles. It's 1-0 in their favor. It's up. Chipperini. And a block from Chipperini. It's now 1 apiece. Chipperini back up to serve for Bluefield College. Chipperini spins the ball in anticipation. It's up. But a little bit too wide on the play. It's 2-1 on the service error. Now it's time for Cont'D on the Eagles. It's high, but too high and too much. It's now Bluefield College with their free point, 2 apiece. Muter, the libero on Bluefield College, up for the serve. And he's from Chesapeake, Virginia, Deep Creek High School.
Past 3 errors or 3 points have been all missed serves, and the point before that was a blocking error. Really hoping that they'll all be able to come back out of this and start getting some rallies going.
Not a good way to start off the fourth stanza when you trade off the side outs or trade off the service errors.
There we go.
But a good kill to rectify it from number 14, Fernandez. And now he goes up to serve next. Ball moving left to right. The score is 3 apiece. He dribbles. It's up. Here comes Kojo. Fernandez. Kogo. Fernandez again. Failed block from Bazo. And Bazo for the kill.
Yeah, he went deep corner on that one, which was hard for both Middleback and libero to try to come back and do some sliding doors on that one.
And with that, they're now back up to a 1-point advantage, 4-3 in favor of the Eagles. It's now their libero's turn. McGuire, right to left. A little bit too low from Muter, but to rectify that one.
Whew.
Fernandez, but still, people in the front row, miscommunication. 5-3.
Yeah, both teams just really need to communicate with each other at this moment. Seems as if the floor is getting a little quiet almost.
Yeah, and once again, starting a little bit too cold on both sides in this fourth set of play. 5-3 in favor of the Eagles. It's up. Martin saves it, but bouncing off the ceiling for the third time tonight that I've counted. It's 6-3 in favor of the Eagles. McGuire for the serve. Here's Chipperini. Kogo. And for the kill, Bazo. It's now 7-3 for Bluefield College. Our Bluefield College Rams scoreboard. It's McGuire to Martin. Kogo. Martin over to Diaz, knocked backwards from Marsh. And it's the 14th kill for Diaz tonight. That is impeccable performance. And Diaz also comes back up for Bluefield College to serve the ball. He dribbles the ball. It's up. Barely grazing the net. Almost a dump from Bazo. It's now 7-5 in favor of the Eagles from Midway, Kentucky. serve. Kogo. And an outside from Constant. Really not putting the ball where it ought to be on the side out. It's 7-6. It's a 1-point ball game. Bluefield about to tie it up. Here comes McGuire. Oh, ball stood still on the net. Luckily, Duran put it where it needed to be. And a block from Bazo.
You know, we've seen a lot from Bluefield's outsides, but not a whole lot from their middles other than blocks. We haven't really been able to get them a good set lately, and I think that really has to do with a lot of the back row at the moment.
Well, I think Duran was ready on that play also. And another point as it bounced inside. It's now an 8-7 ball game in favor of the Eagles. Terrell Boston coming on up now for the serve. He dribbles, spins, it's up. Kogo gives it to Bazo. Fernandez keeping it alive. Backhanding it. Word, but not good enough. It's 9-7, a 2-point ball game. Eagles leads it. In overall sets, they lead 2-1. Coming up next from Brazil, the 6'2" sophomore, Bazo. And Chipperini on that play just went too wide with it on the side out, 10-7. How can Bluefield remain competing in this?
Well, they really need to pick it up, honestly. They're starting to get a little slow. Their blocks are not getting completely closed, and they're just not getting the passes they need at the moment either.
And the deja vu hopefully won't happen. Backwards progress on the play. An unreturnable from the Eagles. Now puts them up 11-7. Bazo returns to the serving position. They're pulling away with the lead, and Bluefield does not look happy. Here's Bazo. It's up, right to left. On the outside, barely, from Bazo. It's now an 11-8 ball game. Caleb Word coming up now from Richmond, Virginia, J.R. Tucker High School, 5'11" setter. A great, great kill from the Eagles. It's now 12-8, 4-point ball game. Williams in at the serve. Ball moving right to left. It's up. Muter in the middle. Chipperini with the 2 blocks each from the General and Fernandez. Both contributing as 2 blocks. They're starting to get back on the game. And with that, for the kill, it's 12-9. Chipperini back up for the serve on the Bluefield College Rams. He dribbles the ball, spins it. It's up, and it's gone. A block from Fernandez again. That's now going to be looking like a 13-9 ball game.
Midway is starting to use their middles a little more, too, as we've seen a lot from their outside Bazo and their right side Constant. Now we're starting to see a little bit of both their middles from both Williams and Buzati.
Freshman Jariel Diaz once again making the kill for Bluefield College. Checking into the ball game is Duran, 13-10 in favor of the Eagles. Here's Muter with a miss serve.
Yeah, I'm thinking Alvarez is definitely going to have them doing some serving at their next practice. There's been quite a few missed serves from both teams, actually, in the past 4 sets.
Right now we have Marsh on the Eagles, moving from right to left. And that one goes to Bluefield after an outside miscoordinated hit, unreturnable. And that's the 5th kill already for Fernandez, according to our statistician, Jacob Key. Fernandez up for the serve now on the Bluefield College Rams. It's 14-11. It's up and outside. 15-11 in favor of the Eagles. McGuire now up for the serve on the Eagles. McGuire is from Arizona, the great state of Arizona, from Sierra Vista. It's Chipperini. Kogo. Blocked from Word. Wait, that was actually a call for the Eagles after someone else had blocked that. My eyes misjudged me for a second.
Well, Word did block it, but it went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the point. And I didn't see that. But thanks for catching it. 16-11. And a miscoordination from the Bluefield College Rams now puts them up 17-11. Bailey Angle now to rejoin us in this fourth set of action. Bailey, over to you.
Well, thanks, Ethan, as now continuing to serve for the points. Midway already up in this one, 17-11. Breaking away here. That brings us to a timeout for Bluefield College, 18-11. We'll take a break on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Eagles 7 away. Midway, the dominant fourth set so far, even after the Rams came back and won set number 3, 26-24. It's been all Eagles here, 18-11 they lead. Dropped in, Yadiel Diaz. And if Bluefield isn't able to come back and bring this into a fifth set, I think that Yadiel Diaz, once again, one of the bright spots in this Bluefield College attack, pairing with an older player like Ciparini.
Yeah, he's definitely proven himself these past 2 games, especially with all of the kills, the blocks, the defense he's been doing. He's been an all-around player very well on and off the court.
Bazo. Here's Martin with a quick setup for Grande. Once again, went back to the punch. Ciparini, a windmill. You saw that a little bit in the last game against the Buffaloes. Blocked and out. Trying to look for the solo there from Williams, and it went out of bounds, so Bluefield College back within 5. Williams off of Muter. And back to it again. The windmill working for Ciparini.
Yeah, it definitely throws off the blockers because then it looks like he's about to go tip it, but then he goes around and completely swings and attacks that ball. And he always goes for those corners, and it's been very successful for him, especially today.
Make that his 11th kill. Whoa. Victor Bazo putting everything on that. Now only 6 away from a Midway victory. Remember to stick around whatever happens here at either the end of the fourth set, if Midway is able to pull this one away from Bluefield, or if at the end of the fifth, we have an interview with head coach Alfonso Alvarez here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Loops out of play. 20-14. This is pretty rare from what we've seen in this game. Bluefield College would very rarely trail by as much as 6. Chiparini. Constant, someone hit the net.
I believe it was the ball.
Another point for Midway. 21-14, another timeout called by Alfonso Alvarez. Midway can smell it now. Up big in this one. Welcome back, everyone. 21-14. Midway leads, already up 2 sets to 1 over Bluefield. And for the dunk play, Martin. Constant targeting Martin. Knocked down by Williams. Unfortunately, the Rams have kind of slid off the rails here in the 4th set after really competing in the first 2, obviously only losing 25-20. The 3rd one winning 26-24, and that was a set in which they jumped up 7-2. Now here's an 8-point lead, now back down to 7.
I definitely say between last set and this set, Bluefield definitely lost a lot of their energy and a lot of their will to just play hard. And it seems as if they're going a little bit slower than they did last set. Last set they were very fired up and came back for every single point no matter whether they won or lost. And this time it's like they lose the point and it seems as if everyone just kind of slows down.
Chiparini, he's blocked. Point Midway. Only 2 away now. Here's a guy that's going to be tough for Midway's opponents. Victor Bazo, 6'2", 210.
We got a new middle, and Landon Ensminger is now in the game.
Yeah, as a freshman from Statesville, North Carolina. Too hard. I saw Ensminger in that game against St. Andrews. Bluefield College ended up losing that one in 5 sets and then went on the road to beat the Knights down in North Carolina. Overpass, Constant drills it anyway. Match point coming up.
It was an amazing set from their setter, Kogo, over there.
Trying to put the exclamation point on it here. Lewis checks in. Ensminger keeping the game alive.
Yeah, he came in. He's ready to make a difference.
Still match point, though. Chiparini. Here's the serve. And that is how it ends. Midway picks up a 25-17 set 4 victory and wins this one 3-1. And Kirsten, tough one for Bluefield College. Hung in there all pretty much except for that 4th set. What are your final thoughts?
I definitely say that 3rd set, I feel like as if their mentality was completely different, and they came out and they really wanted to play hard. And that 4th set, I mean, I thought I saw a completely different team, as if it was someone else on the floor. The lineup didn't change much. It just didn't seem as if they were really there that time. And the 1st and 2nd set, they were a little bit there, but they didn't fight as hard. And I think that's really what beat them, was just not fighting as hard as everyone else.
Well, we'll take a quick break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield College loses this one 3-1. Take a break. Be back with the head coach, Alfonso Alvarez. All right, a final score in this one, 3-1. Midway picks up the victory against Bluefield College here with the head coach, Alfonso Alvarez. Coach, well, kind of slid off the rails there in the fourth set. You guys fought hard. What'd you make of the game?
Well, I think that there was too much of number 6, their lefty up there, and too much of number 2. Those two guys we kind of knew going into the match that those two guys were going to be tough to handle. But I didn't think it was going to be like that, and so we finally were able to get a better block, a better defense on them in the third set, and I thought that that's what would carry us, but we didn't have enough in the fourth. I can't really begin to tell you how many mistakes in the fourth set just kind of led us to our demise there.
Well, Yadiel Diaz had another good game,
Yeah.
freshman. Why do you think he's been able to be consistent?
Well, I haven't seen any stats, but I'm pretty sure he has a really high hitting percentage today. He had quite a few kills. He was very efficient tonight. I just think he relies a lot on very good technique. His technique is outstanding. He's always reaching up really high for the ball. I also felt in the passing game in the back row, receiving their serves, he did an outstanding job of giving us a chance to run a play, if you will.
Moving forward, next game won't keep you much longer. What do you think this team needs right at face value to try to get a win in the next game?
Well, I think a lot of what happened today was we were neck and neck there for quite a bit. Then we'd make a mistake and it would snowball on us, right? And one mistake would lead to 3 or 4. Then we'd fight right back and get back into it again, and then we'd lose another point, and then that would turn into 3 or 4 by the time we blinked and figured it out. So I really think that this was a good learning experience for us. I think that that's indicative of a very young team, and going forward, I think that's how we will learn. We'll be able to watch this film and pick up the things that we need to do in order to get better.
Coach, appreciate your candor. Final score of this one, Midway picks up a 3-1 victory. And until next time, take it easy, Rams fans.